Welcome to the Office of Online Learning's presentation of Course Introductions. We're glad you're here. My name is Libby Rhodes. So let's start with this. Why are course introductions so important? Course introductions are a great way to begin with establishing your social presence. Your social presence is that thing that you convey that makes students feel like that there's a human being on the other end of that web, that there's a person there just like themselves, someone that they can really interact with, as opposed to being just sort of an automated person to computer experience. Research shows that students who feel a social presence from their instructor and their classmates are more likely to be satisfied with the online course, they're more likely to complete the online course, and they're more likely to be successful. So we want all those things, as we want to establish our social presence. So to establish a social presence, you begin your introduction by making it very human. Begin by sharing your home, your family, your pets, your interests, things that show what kind of person you are. Later, you may want to add in your teaching philosophy. And you may finish up with your current issues in teaching, service, and research. But the first thing you want to do is establish a person-to-person contact. So you don't start with all those credentials first. How do you do this? Well, the best thing is to start with your own as a model and then ask students to post theirs. It really helps if you encourage them to use photos. Use lots of photos in your introduction. Now, you can't require photos. Some students have very good reasons that they're not comfortable posting photos, but you can encourage it. And if they aren't comfortable having their face on the screen, you can also share with them some tips like putting an emoji or something in front of their face if that's the thing that's concerning them. But again, we can't require photos. If it's a large class, you might want to break them into smaller groups to do this introduction. So if you have discussion groups or project groups, that's a great way to start it, and you can actually do it in a smaller, kind of a little more intimate setting. Where do you put this? Well, there are a variety of places to put it, but I'll tell you what I do. I like to put it in the course materials section. That's that section. It's in the bottom tier of materials on the left side menu of your course if you're using the Southern template. And the reason I like to put them in the course materials section is that's the place for things that don't belong to any particular week. It's where you put your glossary, other kinds of materials that they'll need to refer to throughout the course. And the nice thing about putting your introductions there is if it's the 5th week of course and they say, is that the guy who, they can look back at the introductions and say, oh yeah, that's the person that so-and-so. So it's a nice place to have for them to look and have access to things throughout the course. Now, what format do you use? There's lots of choices for this, and it's mostly based on what your preference is, how comfortable you are with the various technologies, what you'd like to convey, how much time you want to spend on the process. We're going to show you later, you're going to have 3 videos on 3 different options. I'll be presenting one on a kind of text and picture-based, fairly low-tech version. I believe Michelle Vancourt is going to be sharing one with you on doing a video. And Lauren Tucker is going to share one with you using a really interesting free application called Flipgrid. Thank you.